NBC News World Headquarters in New York. This is NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
Good evening. Another stunning and dark chapter to the Bernie Madoff saga was written today when the oldest son of the disgraced financier who first alerted police to his father's multi-billion-dollar Ponzi scheme committed suicide. The body of Mark Madoff was found at his New York City apartment this morning, exactly 2 years after his father was arrested in a massive swindle, one that upended the lives of thousands of investors, robbing them of tens of billions of dollars. CNBC's Scott Cohn has been covering this story for the past 2 years. He joins us tonight here in New York. Scott, good evening.
Good evening, Lester. Mark Madoff always denied any knowledge of his father's scheme, but the clouds of rumor and innuendo kept growing. And early this morning, they burst. Sources say 46-year-old Mark Madoff was increasingly distraught as the 2-year anniversary of the scandal approached. Early Saturday morning, his father-in-law found Madoff hanged with a dog leash in his New York City apartment. Madoff's 2-year-old son sleeping in the next room.
Mark Madoff was found hanging from a pipe in the living room of the apartment.
Madoff and his younger brother Andrew turned their father in to authorities after he confessed, but the sons were never able to escape suspicion that they too were in on the scam, which they denied. A year ago, the bankruptcy trustee in the case sued, demanding Mark Madoff return some $67 million in illegal payments to the victims, saying Madoff knew, should have known about, or deliberately disregarded the fraud. Then, just days ago, the trustee filed another suit, naming Madoff's wife, ex-wife, and their 2 children. While Mark Madoff was never charged with criminal wrongdoing, speculation continued to grow, including a Wall Street Journal article posted online Friday night. Overnight, Madoff began sending emails to his wife, who was vacationing with their 4-year-old daughter in Florida, saying he loved her and asking her to take care of the children. The last email came around 4 a.m. Ronnie Sue Ambrosino, who along with her husband lost $1.7 million in the Madoff fraud, says the death is sad, but she can't find much sympathy.
When everything that you've worked for is taken away from you like that, it's very, on top of the financial loss, it's really frustrating to not know who, how, why, how long, and in 2 years, the victims haven't heard any of those answers.
The death comes on the final day to file claims in the case.
He's facing pressures on all sides, on the civil arena and in the criminal side. And obviously, it's not easy having the last name Madoff.
Ruth Madoff, reportedly living in Florida, is said to be heartbroken over her son's death. Bernard Madoff, serving a 150-year sentence at a federal prison in North Carolina, was notified of the death Saturday morning. His attorney would not say whether Madoff would seek to attend his son's funeral. Mark Madoff's attorney called his client an innocent victim of his father's monstrous crime. And in fact, Mark Madoff is the 3rd suicide linked to the scandal: a New York investment advisor who lost millions of his clients' money, and a British soldier who lost all of his savings. Both took their own lives. Lester?
Scott Cohn here in New York tonight. Thanks.